Hi, this is Ingrid from Quiltessential Co in St. Albert, and we're ready to do our April block of the month. Yes, it is March, but we're doing it slightly early because of Easter. We don't want to miss out on our block. So this is what we're going to make today, and let's go cut. So we're going to cut out A, B, 2 C's, D, E, F, and G. And we're doing a little bit of a variation this time because with our ruler, the Y-block ruler, we're also going to make a quarter square triangle middle. So that will be something new to learn this time. Let's go sew. So you're going to take your A block and you've got it wrong side up and you've got your Y ruler placed right over it, nice and straight with the adjoining corners that are matching, and make sure you're on the right size. Don't forget to lean your marking pen on the wrong side right up against those long lines. You want to be in with the dark lines so that you're not leaning out, you're leaning in. Once you've marked that, you will have your sewing line here. Place it with your B, right sides together, and sew. And then we're going to cut them apart. So you've got your A and B sewn together and you've done your little jog and sewn across here. People ask me all the time, do you actually press that after you sew? And yes, I do. I just find it makes it much flatter when I do that. And then you're just going to put your ruler point to point, cut across, point to point, and cut across, and you will have 4 pieces. You are now going to open these up. Give them a press the way I told you, and then take your C, which you cut into triangles, place these on the top, and sew across, and then we'll square those up. Meanwhile, if you've got the sewing machine out, you might want to also mark your D and E, and also sew the little jog across here. Put it on the size that I've told you in your pattern, but they're right sides together again, and you're doing the same little jog that you just did, and then I'll show you what to do with all the magical pieces. So this is where you've cut apart your A and B and added your C, and you're going to put the pink lines on the stitch and the black line on the center stitch here, and then you can trim up. So we're going to just line that up. Pink line here, black line here on the stitch, and cut. And this is where it's quite useful if you have one of those little trim tools to make sure that you take off the dog ear here and here, and now you have A, B, and C. So those are done. Now remember, we also did our D and E, and we sewed them together, and then we cut them all apart with the ruler. Now we have 2. We're only going to play with 2. We have 4, but we're only playing with 2. We're going to press the way I've told you, and then when you put this together, you're going to be making a quarter square triangle. So you want to make sure when you sew these that you are matching up the center really nicely. So if you press the way I told you, and you put your foot here on your sewing machine, bring your needle and foot down this way, it will bump in the center here, lock those together, and keep sewing. So you now have a piece like this, and before you open it, because you've got your D and E on either side, before you open it, you put your pink lines on, trim both sides, and you have a perfect quarter square triangle. So that gives you the center, and now you've made the 4 corners, and now we're just going to make this. So you're going to take your 2 F's and G's and 1 G and sew them together in a strip, lay them down, cut them into the size rectangle that I've told you. They're not a square, they're a rectangle. Cut them into that, and when you assemble your block, you have your rows right here. Put them together, press them the way that I told you, and you have a beautiful block. Makes a great quilt when it's together. So Easter's coming. You better hop on over to the store and come and pick up some spring things to make because the weather's heating up and it's getting so sunny. So you might need to make a runner or some placemats or something cool for your Easter table or just for spring because. Don't forget to finish up your 5-inch charm square challenge and get that in right away too. And keep on being busy because classes are out too and you can always find something neat to do in our store. So if you found this video useful, please leave us a like and click subscribe for future content. And this has been Ingrid from Quiltessential Co. And thanks for sewing with me today, and I'll see you soon.